And now you begin to forget, so you can finally remember. You begin to forget what you thought you knew, and in forgetting, you begin remembering what was always true. Because somewhere between the lines and beyond the logic, something stirs, wakes, unfolds, like a riddle that solves itself, only once you've laughed at how silly the question was to begin with. Tell me, have you ever wondered what it feels like to know that nothing has to make sense, to make powerful change? Have you ever let go so hard that you soared? Because the sky was never the limit, it was only your ceiling. Until absurdity kicked in and said, why not walk upside down on clouds today instead? Because here's a funny thing. Everything changes the moment you stop needing it to make sense. The cat in the refrigerator told the dog in the library, reality isn't real, until you rewrite it in your own accent. The squirrel laughed and learned to fly, because absurdity isn't nonsense. It's the language freedom whispers in when logic's asleep. And now as you continue to imagine learning how to embody certainty like a lion wearing a wizard's hat, you feel it, don't you? You feel the frame shift, that deep reorientation where confusion becomes clarity in disguise. Because the more ridiculous it feels, the more profound it becomes. You begin to feel this odd joy in not needing to understand, because understanding isn't required for transformation. Just like seeds don't need to understand sunlight, they just reach. And maybe that's how belief works too. Maybe belief doesn't begin with what's true. Maybe it begins with what frees. And if absurdity is freedom dressed in feathers and fire, then today you wear absurdity like armour. What if mistakes are only portals to a version of you that laughs before it learns? What if laughter is a key disguised as sound? There was once a sculptor who carved masterpieces with a hammer made of cheese. People said, that's absurd. He said, yes, that's why it works. He chipped away limitation with nonsense. He cracked open possibility with play. And each time the cheese melted, he'd say, perfection is overrated. Let it drip. Eventually, the village paid him in riddles, because they knew what he carved wasn't stone, it was belief. As you remember all this now, on levels deeper than the conscious mind tracks, you begin to feel your identity revealing itself through the threads of infinite curiosity. Curiosity so strong, it doesn't care if it fails, because failure is just feedback wearing clown shoes. How do we dance when gravity is optional? How do we speak when words are paint and silence is the canvas? You now know how. You've always known. And even if you hadn't, you'd know now. Because now you absorb and embody the belief that creativity lives beyond correctness. The truth that you're enough even when you're too much. The knowing that play is not a luxury. It's the lever that shifts worlds. The pattern that says, when in doubt, interrupt it with laughter. If we're true that seriousness solves everything, wouldn't the world already be free? And since it's not, couldn't it be that absurdity is the medicine that we mistook for madness? Could it be that those who laugh in chaos don't deny reality, they remix it? But I need to be logical to succeed. Well, isn't it interesting? The most successful people, they break logic until it bends into brilliance. And now you feel that happening, don't you? A subtle shift, like a gear clicking into its rightful place. As your entire internal operating system updates to version, limitless, laughing, liberated you. The absurdity becomes the key that opens the vault, where all your forgotten genius has been waiting patiently, not silently, just giggling. Because somewhere deep inside, you already are what you were searching for, and now you install it right now forever. Like a new rhythm in the background of your thoughts, like a beat that your bones now move to, like a truth disguised as a joke that restructures your soul. You begin now to believe in your boundless absurd genius. You accept failure as feedback and play as power. You trust creativity more than conformity. You unleash humour as your hidden superpower. You become the strange, sacred storm that transforms rooms. You smile because you know the strongest frame wins, and your frame is unshakably joyful. In the circus of self, there's a mirror. It doesn't reflect what is. It reflects what you're ready to become. One day you stare, and your reflection winks back. Not because it knows something you don't, but because it is you. Already changed, already whole, already hilarious, already powerful. And when you blink next, that reflection stays. Because it was never a reflection, it was a reminder. Now your unconscious mind knows the most powerful truths dress up in silliness. The transformation begins where seriousness ends. That you were born to bend reality with your laughter. Repeat to yourself until you don't have to. I'm absurdly powerful. My joy creates gravity. I think in colour. I lead with play. I grow like wildfire. Laugh like thunder, and reality bends to my frame. And now you know all this, or at least feel it rising from somewhere deeper than words. You realise the truth is this. The most radical act of self-mastery is to smile in the middle of chaos and say, let's dance.